Hello, I'm Vidas Pinkevicius, and in this video I'm going to show you how I personally write in fingering for organ pieces. And I'm going to demonstrate on a live example of specific organ composition by Johann Sebastian Bach, Toccata and Fugue in D minor, BWV number 565, but only the toccata section, toccata portion of this composition. But before I will demonstrate the process that I personally use in writing fingering, let me talk about a little bit the background, why it's important for you to write in fingering in your organ pieces, in your composition that you are about to practice. You see, when you take an organ piece that you love and you are about to practice and you put the music score onto the music rack and you're just about to ready to practice, you need to do two more things before actually practicing, before the actual learning process you begin. Number one is to analyze the piece. It's important that you analyze the structure, the form, the tonal plan, the cadences, okay, the themes. If it's a fugue or a sonata, you have to pencil in the markings for each theme that you will see in this composition. In the prelude, for example, in the fugue, in the chorale, you have to structure and know where each of the chorale phrases end and start, and keys and tonal areas for each choral phrase and cadences and things like that. It's very important that you analyze the piece before practicing, and it helps if you are familiar with the piece, if you know the recordings and if you listen. And then if you listen, you can really, while looking at the score, you can really analyze it much better, much easier. And then there is another thing you have to do. You have to write in fingering before practicing, because you see, if you have this score without any written fingering in, you don't necessarily know which correct finger is for any particular note, for any particular measure, and you start practicing with accidental fingerings. And one time, perhaps, you might use a thumb on one note, another time you come back, you use second fingering and so on. It's accidental, and what happens, sure, you will learn this piece in a long run, but you will make many mistakes, because what happens when you don't know exact fingerings to use, your fingers also don't know which note belongs to each finger, right? And then you play, and your fingers are sort of we can say worrying, and whether it's first, second or third fingering, and each time it's different, right? And it's okay for practice, but if you're ready, getting ready to a public performance, like to play for your friends or family, or a church service, or even organ recital, then in a stress situation, real stress situation like a public performance, when performer's anxiety gets in, and you get this feeling that you're not secure, okay? If you're not secure about your fingering, you might make mistakes in your organ playing, in your public performance. And that's why it's so important that you write in fingering. It doesn't have to be, you know, every little fingering that you use. I like to, when I write fingers, I like to notate every fingers, okay? Especially for my students, because they struggle to write in fingerings. But when I personally write for myself, for example, then I even don't necessarily write in every fingering, just the most difficult spots. So you can do this also, find the trouble spot and write in fingering. But it's important that you decide the fingering early on, before you start actual process, actual practicing process. And I'll show you just in a minute how I do this for a composition, real composition, toccata in D minor. Yes, so this really helps, and your playing will be much more secure, fluent, and free from mistakes. So let's get started, and okay, let's pretend that this is a new piece for me, and I haven't done this fingering before, and I haven't played this piece before. Of course I haven't, and I prepared everything for you, but just imagine that this is a new piece, and imagine that you are in my shoes, okay? And what you need to do first is to analyze the piece, but it's not the point for this video. For this video I'll show how to write in fingering, okay? Imagine that you've done the first step, the analysis of this music, and now we'll take this pencil and we'll play and figure out the fingering for the first fragment. I like to teach organ music in fragments. I like to practice in fragments, and I recommend people also play in fragments, but not entire piece, but in manageable units, like perhaps one line at a time or a few measures at a time. You see, if you practice longer fragments, like a page or even more, you really will be making quite a few mistakes. And if you don't go back and correct the mistakes, then of course you just reinforce the mistakes just by repeating them, okay? It's that simple, but very crucial that we work in fragments. So fragment 1 for this staccato might be just one single line, okay? And what I personally do, I don't really write fingering for the entire toccata from the beginning until the end. No, it's a slow and tedious process, as you know, okay? And many people are bored with this process, and that's why I always write in fingering for my students, that in my courses and in my teaching materials and training courses, that they don't really need to worry about the fingering. But if you are preparing the fingering yourself, here's what you do. Okay, you take this first line, just the first line, and figure out the fingering, okay, for the first line. Just don't pay attention about the fermatas, about the rhythm right now. That's not the point for this video. For this video I'm going to teach you what kind of fingers and how I figure out. So the opening is the mordent on note A. Note A is sort of a very important opening note, and everybody knows this opening, just the staccato from this opening, okay? So there are a few ways to do this. For the right hand, I prefer to play 3-2-3, okay? And then there are 5 notes, okay? It should appear like we could use all 5 fingers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? But the lowest note is a sharp note, C sharp, and it's not very convenient, and it was not certainly a custom to play the sharp notes, flat notes with the thumb in those days, in Bach time. So we have to figure out something else, something more efficient. Let's start with the 4th finger. And once we reach the note D, that's 1, we put 2nd finger on the C sharp and D, okay? Alright? So that's the same thing in the next. 3-2-3, 3-4-2-3, okay? That's easy, because we avoid the thumb on C sharp, okay? The whole thing repeats lower. 3-2-3, 4-3-2-1, 2-3, okay? And if we take now a look at the left hand, we have 2 options. for this opening trill, 2-3-2 or 1-2-1. Okay, choose whatever you want. It was a custom to play not with the thumb 1-2-1, but 2-3-2. So perhaps if you want to be more historically accurate, use this 2-3-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay, because on the sharps we tend to use the longer fingers. If we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on C sharp, this one, then the little finger is very short and it's not very convenient for the hand position to play on the sharp. So if we do this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, that's okay. Or there is another option, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2. Okay, that's another option. And then it repeats 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 4, 3, just to avoid the little finger on the C sharp. Okay, and then 1-2-1 or 2-3-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. All right. So that's the idea for the opening line. Then we need to figure out the fingering for this. Alright, so 6-note chord, 3 notes in the left hand. I prefer 4-2-1 without the little finger on the sharp, okay? Not 5-3-1, but 4-2-1. 2, 3, 5, and then what happens? Of this chord is very easy. 1-4 on the left hand. 1, 3, 2. Okay, that's the first fragment that we practiced. And if we did just that, this fragment, we are ready to take this next step and start practicing and repeating a few times correctly without mistakes. You don't need to write in fingering or pedaling for the entire piece right away. Just the opening. And if you want, you can stop recording and go and practice this. Okay. But let's pretend that we want to do the entire piece. So the next fragment, the prestissimo episode, it's interesting. The first note is the C sharp. Of course, we apply the rule that we don't use the thumb on the C sharp. Usually, there are cases we use, and you'll see this in this video too. But we don't start right here with the thumb, but with the second finger. And this is very sort of systematic passage. 3 notes. We use just 2, 3, and 4 fingers of each hand. So 2, 3, 4, and 4, 3, 2. So that is another position. Okay. So one more time. 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2. 3, 4. Right here, without the thumb. Okay. We change position, we shift the hand, not cross the fingers, not cross, but shift the entire hand position to the next. Right here, and then here. Try not to lift the fingers off the keys, not like that, as in piano playing. Often people do. So it's important you control the releases and keep the fingers at all times in contact with the keys. Alright, so that's the prestissimo, which is repeated 1 octave higher, okay? No problem at all, just the same fingering. Then it's interesting. Here is when we make an exception when using a thumb on the sharp, especially C sharp. You will see later on. Let's start with the fourth finger. So the triad chords, like 5/3 chord, root position 3-note chord, and we use the same fingering, 1, 3 and 5 in each hand, 5, 3 and 1, but we start then with 2 in the left and 4 in the right. Here is the thumb on B flat. It's important that we maintain the same position for these triads, 5, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 5, and that's why we end up on the sharp key with the thumb. That's why. There are possibilities to use other fingers, but what I found for myself, it's very convenient and fluent and easy just to maintain one position throughout. Okay. All right. So easy. The next is the pedal note, of course, with the left toe. No problem at all. And then there is a big chord, 4-note chord, perhaps arpeggiated. In some editions there is no arpeggio. So the most convenient way for this diminished 7th chord is 5, 4, 2, 1 in the left hand and 1, 2, 4, 5. That's exact opposite. 5, 4, 2, 1, without the third finger, without the middle finger. Alright, and we end up on the B flat with the 5th finger. And then what happens, we have this short passaggio. Let's take a look at this particular passage one more time. If we had this B flat with the 5th finger, then it's natural to start on A with the 4th finger. Okay, then 3 notes with the stems down for the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. We started 2, 4, and then there is a trill. Some people say that it's easier to play 3-2, but the tradition for this trill is to play 4-3-4. 4-3-4-3. And remember, in those days, for this music, in this particular toccata, you start with the upper note of the trill, not but like that. G, F, G, F. 4-3-4-3, or more notes if you want, but just 4 notes are very good solution. And 2, and we finish it with 1-3. The next page, 5-3-1 in the left hand. Okay, and there is another episode coming up. Where you have to use basically 2 manuals right here, 2 manuals. I didn't tell you about the previous episode with echo. You may do the echo episode on the upper manual, on the another manual, sort of different feeling. So here, like here you really need 2 manuals, because your 2 notes will be overlapping. It's possible to play on one manual, of course, but it's easier if you take 2 lines, one left and right, and put the left hand on another manual. Either way, this way or this way works fine. But let's pretend we play this way, and the left hand part is just one note, A, N. And of course, the most convenient finger for this particular position is 2, number 2. And the right hand part we play with position fingering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, okay? Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. This is one position. But then it's another position starting from the second finger. And then another second. Right here. One more time. Some of you may be wondering why I play 2 and 2 notes, two different notes with one finger. You see, in the Baroque music, in early music in general, you need to use this articulated legato touch with small spaces between each note, okay, unless indicated otherwise by the composer. But in this music, yes, it's not legato. That's why we need a space between each note, and it's really crucial that we make larger spaces between larger beats, and especially before the strong beats. So if we end this figure on the second finger, then it's really easy to start the next position with the same fingering. Second, another, on the 2. That's why I repeat this fragment 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 without the thumb on the sharp keys up until the top note. So let's try. Right here, that's the top note, and it's an interval of the third, A to F, right? You are just one note apart without the G. Do not play G, but just A and F. So the usual fingering for thirds is 2 and 4, sometimes 1 and 3. So in this case, it's because we see later on C sharp, right, in the same measure. We use, I recommend to use 4 and 2. Right here, right here. 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3. Right here. It's easy when you practice it slower. On 3, you finish on 3. Then the next measure, the next episode actually starts with arpeggio 6 chords, first inversion chords. Stems down here are played by the left hand. So we have 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the left hand, and just 3 notes by the right hand part. So this is very convenient position. Notice I don't play 1, 4 because to put the thumb in this position is not convenient. But if we use 2, 5, it's very, very easy and efficient. third, 4-2, 2-5. Then there is an episode, the first instance that we have to worry about the pedaling, okay? Although the title, the subject and topic for this video is the fingering, I'll show you how to do the pedaling as well. For this music we don't use heels. The first rule that you remember here, don't use heels in this early music, and we just use toes, and we use sometimes alternate toes, right left, sometimes same toes. So before the stronger beats we use the same toe, right, left, okay, not right left. It could work if you want right left, but if you do that, there is a tendency or a danger to put a stress on the weak beat, on this one, on B flat, and B flat is the weakest note of this measure, so it's no point, there is no point to play it like that with accent. You see, if you use alternate toes, right left, you are making gentle accents every other note. Right on the left, right left. That's the idea. But here you don't need that, right? So you play, I recommend right left, left, okay? And the next measure also right, left, and again right, left, okay? And again the longer passage, right, left, left, okay? That's the idea. So let's take a look at the entire passage. Okay, it's possible to play on two manuals, as in the beginning we have this echo effect. So that's secondary manual. Then there is a main manual, the grand org or Hauptwerk or great division. For the right hand part it's the same, 2-5, 2-5, 1-4, 2-3, 5 again. Alright, then there is a repetition. Okay, and the passaggio connecting interlude by the right hand part. The stems up indicate the right hand part right here, and steps down indicate the left hand part. That's easy to remember. And since we start on the 5th finger on A, we continue from the 4th finger, 4, 3, 2, by the left hand part to 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, third, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a difficult episode at first to get, but if you look at the structure of it, it's very position-like. If you start on 4th finger, you have this one position for the left hand, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5 for the right hand part, and that's it. That's the idea for this episode. Except this third, 4, 2, 2, 4. Alright, and the next is a repetition of the previous material, okay? Okay, and then there is a third in the left hand part, B natural and D, and a fourth, augmented fourth with 1/4. I recommend because the previous 2, 3, 5, it's easier to do this way, 1/4 but not 2/5 as usual. Although you could, but it doesn't connect well with the next chord. So again. Alright, so remember the upbeat was for the left hand part. B natural and 2. The next is okay, 5 and 1. 4, 2, 5, 1. That's easy, the same position fingering. And for the right hand part, 1, 4, 4, 2, or 2, 4. So let's take a look. Both together. Detached style, articulated style, not legato, but especially before the downbeat. Okay, you have to articulate. Alright, and then there is a note with the right hand part, with the right hand on 3, and 4, 2, easy, and 1, 3, 5. Here I recommend using the sharp, the thumb on the sharp key. Because of this figure, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like that. It's convenient, and if it turns out to be a sharp, it's not a big deal, okay? But you have to be systematic, and if it's the same figure, pam, 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 there is no point to change the fingering then, okay? So, we start on the top note, B flat, on the 5th, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, left hand part, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have two options. Either 1, 5, 3, and 1 for the left hand part, or 1, 2, 4 for the right hand part, or 4, 2, 1, okay, for the left hand part, and 2, 3, 5. Just choose whatever is more comfortable for your hand position. Remember, your hand position has to be this rounded position, not this like that. Try to keep, as I mentioned earlier, the fingers on the keys at all times, and it should be sort of very natural, like that. Both ways are fine. And there is the last episode of this toccata, nice passage with arpeggiated diminished 7th chord, right, in both hands, going down and up laterwards in prestissimo tempo, very fast. And to do this fluently, you need to figure out the most efficient way to finger it. And here is what I suggest. It appears to me that this passage is written of diminished 5th chord, going downwards. So if we are systematic, I recommend using 4, 2, 1 for the entire position. Then it moves downwards, so you start 2, 4, 2, 1. Again moves downwards on C sharp. 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, the thumb on B flat, because it's the same position. There is no point in changing it, unless you are playing historical organs of Bach time. And then you have to think, and sometimes it's not convenient because the keys, sharp keys, are shorter and narrower. Everything is narrower. Then it makes sense to avoid the thumb on the sharp keys. But in general, it's okay to use the same position right here. Then there is a feeling of going upward. We put a 1, 2, 4. One, 2, 4 again. We switch again. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. We generally use 1, 2, 4. That's why it's the same position. Let's take a look at the left hand part. 1, 2, 4 downward. Not legato, not legato. If you don't have a good finger technique, good finger dexterity, it's tricky, I admit, to play every note articulated. People tend to play it, and then it appears completely legato, slurred, and without any clarity. So keep the fingers in contact with the keys, but like that. Use this technique as like this one, okay? Not this one motion, not this motion, but this motion. Sort of touching, scrubbing, basically. Okay, that's the idea, correct idea of organ manual technique. Here we change to another position on 2, 2, 1, 2, 4. Again, 2, 1, 2, 4. Same position but upward. 4, 2, 1. Passage. Generally 1, 2, 4 or 4, 2, 1 for each of the hand. And let's take a look at the pedal part. I recommend later on right, left, right, right, left, right, and then the alternate toes. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. It's important that you switch to the same tone pedaling right here, G sharp and A with the same note, because the melody changes direction. That's when you can play with the same tone. Okay, so right, left, left, right, right, left, left, and left. Okay, let's take a look at the hand part. Hand parts are easy right here, because 4-note chords are not generally difficult to finger when you don't have to play legato. Okay, you don't need to use finger substitution techniques as in romantic or modern organ music, when you try to keep the legato going between the voices. Here is no finger substitution, as you noticed. So 1, 2, 3, 5, usual fingering for the chord. 1, 2, 4, 5, and then 2, 3, 5. Okay, and 1, 2, 4, 5. For the left hand part would be 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1, 1, 3, 4, 2. Together would be like that. Sort of everything right here in this position. You don't need to find any keys right here. It's very convenient if you finger this episode in this way. And just a few finishing chords left. Okay, right hand part would be a third interval of the third, 4, 2, 2, 5, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1. And the left hand part would be right here. 1, 5, 1, 5, 2. Alright. Here you can play with one finger in the left hand part. So use this 1 on the thumb, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3. Alright? So that's the idea. Let's take a look with both hands. Right here. And then comes the fugue, which is more complicated and complex, of course. You really need to write in fingering for the fugue before practicing each episode and each fragment and section. So that's the idea of writing in the fingering and how I go about writing in fingering for any piece. Just to review this process, okay? I subdivide the piece into fragments and write in fingering for right and left, and pedals, of course. Before in this particular toccata, there was no preliminary step involved. Sometimes in many pieces we have to, before writing in fingering, we have to make divisions between each hand, so to say. Figure out which notes belong to right hand, sometimes to the left hand. So we have to make markings. In other words, some notes on the top stave we have to play with the left hand, and sometimes the opposite. Right hand takes sometimes the middle staff also. Sometimes, so before we write fingering, we take a look at this fragment and see if we need to make any divisions for different hands, okay? And if not, we just write in fingering according to the best and most efficient way, avoiding finger substitutions, generally avoiding thumbs on the sharp keys, using position fingering, paired fingering for early music, for solo passages, interval fingering for intervals, playing intervals, and chord fingering for playing chords. And that's about what I have to say today. If you struggle in writing fingering, that's a common way. That's why I record this video, so I would show how I do this personally to teach you. But if you struggle this, I make this process very simple, because in my organ courses, teaching courses, I notate each and every fingering and pedaling for entire piece, entire composition, prelude or fugue or toccata or chorale prelude. Everything is written in for you, so that you don't need to worry about. So if you struggle with this, I recommend this upcoming Bach organ mastery training course which will be recorded in videos and will master first level Bach organ words, and the fingering will be written for you. So that's it for today, and go practice this piece if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.